Over the years, Avocados from Mexico has dominated the Super Bowl with not only groundbreaking commercials, but with pioneering cross-marketing strategies that include digital, AI, social media, music creation, a clothing line, and many more. We are here today with Yvonne Kinzer, VP of Marketing and Innovation from Avocados from Mexico, to discuss this year's Super Bowl spot. We're also joined by the incredible creative team that supervised the spot, Bill Cochran and Brian Linder from the LERMA Agency.
Morning.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, well, I just saw the whole spot and it is fantastic. It's fantastic, really. Let's talk about it. So, Yvonne, normally you go through a particular process when you're doing a Super Bowl spot. What is different about this year's?
We were really craving for more disruptive creativity, pushing the envelope a little bit more that we have ever done. So it was actually a very different process. We invited our agency, LERMA, to pitch ideas. And they came an amazing idea that everybody, it was like love at first sight.
Brian, Bill, how did LERMA respond when Yvonne called and said, hey, do you want to be part of a Super Bowl pitch?
We were like, are you kidding? We were totally pumped, excited. As AFM's digital agency, we've really been putting signals out there. We were chomping at the bit that could we please share ideas? Could we please compete?
Yeah, since we hadn't been planning on it this year, it was super surreal. And in that moment, we didn't know exactly how we were going to pull it off, but we 100% believed that we could. And off we went.
And what happened next?
I think we had about 10 days before of actual being able to work, actual days before we had to put a presentation together. And so your days are full of concepts and writing workshops where we're sitting with teams and sort of throwing ideas back and forth about the idea, trying to improve it, trying to land on what our favorite ideas were, and then of course visualize them so that we can tell a good story for Yvonne.
And Yvonne, when you heard the idea, did you know it was the big idea? And did you guys know it was the big idea? And
100%. I mean, it was love at first sight. I think they were not even finishing reading the script. I was texting my CEO that this is it. This is what we have been wanting to. And it was love at first sight, not only from us, it was love at first sight from a director like Brian Buckley. He doesn't matter how much you pay him, he doesn't work for anything that he doesn't believe that is going to be big and is going to win.
Let's talk about the director, Brian Buckley, who's been dubbed like the king of Super Bowl because he's directed 70 Super Bowl spots. Tell us about that process and how you called him and what was that like working with him?
He really came to us with a lot of pushback on different things in order to try to make this really, stand out on the day. How to get viewers to interact with, 30 seconds. We have a 30-second spot, which is challenging because a lot of people have 60s and 90s on the day. So he really brought a unique, very focused perspective on not just doing a great spot, but doing a great Super Bowl spot.
Yeah.
Was there ever like a fly on the wall moment you had working with him?
Every day I was a fly on the wall working with Brian Buckley on this project. And he comes in with and he's very explicit about saying like, this is a no ego situation. We are chasing after the best ideas, and sparks were flying, and a really good sparks of ideas. And that sort of no ego approach that he has really opens us up to find the best ideas possible.
And where did you shoot this spot?
We shot in Mexico City, and a lot of our casting was done in Mexico City. We had a British producer who'd come by way of Costa Rica. We had an audio house in Germany. It really was an international.
The global affair.
Global affair.
But also, Patty, the special effects of that spot this year are just spectacular. The cinematography that we were able to accomplish was just something that we have never put out there. It's really, I agree with Buckley on this one. That is one of those that is going to be timeless to be remembered.
So ahead of the game, you have introduced sort of a multi-sensory marketing strategy to personalize it to the consumer. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So we want to create those elements that identify brands, like a color. Every brand has a color. The sound, every brand has a sound. So we're in this journey of building and discovering and promoting those different dimensions of the brand so we can promote the brand through its dimensions.
Bill and Brian, can you tell us about the team that came up with the concept for the spot?
Yeah, so the team is, the writer is Jaime Holcomb and art director Luis Enriquez, and they have been at LERMA for a long time. And so we were thrilled when they came up with the idea that really broke through. The rumor that I've heard is that Luis said the idea came to him in the shower, which would make a great deal of sense considering there's a nudity theme throughout the spot. So, but they've been working with us. You know, we have been trying to help with them to make this spot as good as it could possibly be. But we're really happy for them to get a spot that breaks through onto the big stage.
Yes,
like
kudos to that for sure. And I can relate with that because I came up with the idea of AdChat in the shower.
There you go.
Totally get it. Yvonne, what about your side, your team?
I really have to recognize the openness of my CEO, Alvaro Luque, my team, my brand team, Kelly Burke, Lana, Stephanie Browder, Grisel Perez. So that we have a large team, everybody working together, not only in the spot, also along with LERMA, the digital team, my PR team that have been like really rocking it with, you know, all the media, putting the news out there. So it's a lot of people that make this happen.
Explain what you're doing on Super Bowl Sunday at LERMA.
Yeah, we've been spending this week and really the last week concepting and developing social post tweets that are going to comment with visuals and insert avocados into the stories of all the other ads that are in the game. The idea is avocados here to make everything better. And so we're applying that theory to all the other ads that run during the day.
Bill, I have a question for you because when I heard the teaser at the very end, was that your voice going Avocados from Mexico?
No, it's not. But you might hear my voice on the spot.
Well, it's another perfect day in the big avocado.
I was not the victim, but the happenstance of a demo love, where the demo we recorded when we were down in Mexico City ended up being the one that we wanted to keep in the spot. So my voice did make it through.
That's so much fun when that happens. Well, can you share a funny story about any part of the process, the pitch, the production, or the post?
I'll say filling up a park in Mexico City with about 100 semi-naked people was pretty funny. I have to say the crew, everyone on a set, a really respectful, safe atmosphere. We were very, very intentional about that. The vibes were positive, and I have to say how impressed we were with the good people of Mexico City. They are so comfortable in their skin. They're so full of joy. Those extras are ready to bring it. And now that city has a special place in our heart. It's its own kind of paradise, I would say.
Well, it's all fabulous. Congratulations on a very wonderful Super Bowl spot. And thanks for this interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.